Have you ever wondered how it is that Coughlin's 666 account, which was suspended, and DPRJones account, which was also suspended, was reinstated so quickly? DPRJones stated that YouTube sent him an email saying thank you for your DPRJones' email. But DPRJones said that he never sent an email. His account was reinstated so quickly he didn't have a chance to send YouTube an email. Coughlin's 666 account was reinstated like that. Is it because of us? Is it because we made such a noise that YouTube responded? Well, maybe, but I think probably not. Because they've got just too much to do to listen to us. But what Google, and by extension YouTube, does is they collect reams of data. And it seems to me that one possibility, and this is complete speculation, is that what YouTube does is they look at statistics. After all, that's what Google does. They get into trouble for collecting too much statistics on too many people. But that's how they make their bucks. That's how they make their living. And to some extent, they're interested in monetizing YouTube. But that's long-term, not short-term. Not pleasing us. But possibly, just maybe, and I have no expertise in this area at all, but maybe, possibly, what YouTube does is use tools such as Insight. I got vote botted, you got vote botted, we all got vote botted, yay! But you can see those spikes, and those spikes aren't natural. You've got all of these votes coming in all at once. And the same thing, I presume, happens with flagging. Now, what is going on here? Well, one possibility is that what YouTube has done is has an algorithm. If somebody gets a lot of flags for the video, they're concerned about that. Not so much about the vote botting, the star ratings. No, not so much about that. But basically, they need to take down a video if it's offensive. There's liability issues, there's community issues, there's profit issues involved with that. So the first thing they do is just take it down. And then they have an algorithm, not people, but an algorithm that looks at the frequency of which those flags came in. Statistical information of how those flags came in. And if that information is not consistent with a flagging, legitimate flagging, which they have statistical evidence of from previous videos, but it looks like some weird kind of spike where all these flags are coming in at the same time, then I'm speculating that YouTube responds by reinstating the accounts. That sounds like what Google and YouTube does. After all, Google spends an unreasonable amount of their profits having people solve problems that may or may not have practical applications. And after all, this does have a practical application. They're looking to monetize YouTube, but not to make us happy. So what I think is a possibility, and I'm sure someone will tell me, you're full of shit, Rich, because, you know, I don't know something, that this is what YouTube is doing. Now, why wouldn't they want to tell us about this? Well, for one reason is, it would set off an evolutionary arms race. You know what that is, where the other side knows what you're doing and then can change their methods so as to be more effective. The other thing is, I don't think YouTube wants to tell us what we're doing because that would make them open to criticism if what they're doing doesn't really work or doesn't work as well as we'd like to. Besides, I don't think they really have an incentive for doing that. I think basically every time Google has revealed all the information they collect, they've got a big old slap. And I don't think that's something they would do. However, where does this leave us? Well, if you want to believe in fairy tales, you can believe in what I'm suggesting here. It may be a complete fairy tale, but it seems possible. I mean, that insight feature would certainly be something that would be extremely easy to work out. And I just have no other explanation for how Coughlin's 666 and DPRJones accounts were reinstated so quickly. I just cannot believe that we had anything to do with it. And I cannot believe that any human being at YouTube had anything to do with it. Take care.